Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Franklin Cruz from True Investors. In this podcast, we're going to be talking about open spaces and smart designs. So if you're listening to this, I'm going to go over it in detail. If you're watching this, you're lucky because you're going to see this as well. Remember, open spaces and smart designs. You want to care about that. Again, I'm a real estate investor and developer, military veteran. I do these podcasts so you can learn from somebody who's actually in the trenches doing this. And at the same time, too, if you're listening to this and you're a seller and you're like, man, I just want to sell my property, you can let us know as well. Go to truefastoffers.com and you can do that. Also, if you're a true investor and a true developer, you want to make sure that you're listening to this. Go to the website as well. I have a ton of free education also for home sellers, and we're going to go over this and a lot of other things as well. So anyway, let's go over right now again, open spaces, smart designs. Whenever you're doing a rehab or if you're developing a property, new builds, you want to make sure open spaces is something you want. So originally this was a front door. We actually moved the front door to over here. So then when this was a screened in area, we pushed up the ceilings higher. Again, open spaces, smart design. Okay. Open space, you walk in, it's open. This was a front door at one time. If you're listening to this, there was a front door where I'm pointing at, and now we opened it up. Again, we want to make sure a homeowner, when they're purchasing it, leasing it, buying, whatever they're doing, you want to make sure it feels bigger than what it really is. Anybody, if you have a property that feels a lot bigger, even if it's a 1,000 square foot home, in their head, they're like, man, but it's got 15-foot high ceilings. It's got an open design. That's what people want. They want to feel like they have more than what they truly have. Come inside. So now I'm walking inside the kitchen area, and inside the kitchen area, again, we opened up. There used to be a wall between the kitchen and the living room. We cut that in half. We don't believe in those kind of walls. Those walls are they're prejudiced against people, right? So you want to have, again, open design, smart layout. Open space, smart design. Cut it in half. If there's an opportunity that you can cut it, cut it. We cut it. We're going to put a countertop on one side. And then with the kitchen, what we did is we're going to have an area right here for an island. You want to, if you could fit an island, put an island. The island's going to be about 5 feet away from the actual main area of the kitchen. Then you've got your sink area. Don't forget the appliance package is a big deal. We put standard in our appliance packages is wine coolers. Why do we put wine coolers? One, it's almost the exact same cost of having a wine cooler than the cabinet. So if you could remove one cabinet and add a wine cooler, one, for all the men out there that are listening that purchase properties specifically from us, they thank us because it's kind of a man thing. Really, you want your own area, just like you want your own space, right? So it's the same thing. So we put wine coolers, dishwashers, sink. You got your microwave oven. You've got oven. Then you have your stove, and then you have your refrigerator. That's kind of typical appliance package. Then don't forget in your appliance package, garbage disposal. Think of your grandmother. What would you do in a property to make it convenient that your grandmother would love? Even though this is a manufactured home, that's a thought for every project that we ever do, is how do you make it convenient that your grandmother would love you and appreciate you, rather than every time she's at Thanksgiving, she hates you a little bit. She hates you because you know you should have put a garbage disposal and you never did, right? So you don't want to be on the hate list of grandma. So the other thing is open spaces, smart designs. There was a screened in area. We actually elected to enclose this area, and also this screened in and clear area had a drop down of stairs. These stairs, when they drop down, to me was very dangerous because again, this is a 55 and over community. And if you're listening to this, you want to make things non-dangerous for your home buyers or renters, right? The main reason why is I don't want anything on my conscience that a little boy transferred from one room to another room, fell and busted his head open, right? Because he didn't see the stairs, right? So what we decided to do was lift up the floor, create a new subfloor, push everything up level to the living room, open the entire space up. Again, open spaces, smart design. And then add can lights, drywall, everything. We're actually putting another window. This window's too small. And then now it opens up the space. So if you see, this space looks a lot different. So just picture if there was a wall where the kitchen was, all the way up, and if there was a wall where the screened-in enclosure and it wasn't AC'd, none of this was here and it wasn't open. So now you have a big open space. So do your best to make a smart decision on open spaces, smart design. And that's what you want. So again, even though the property could be 1,000 square feet, the mental side of it, the psychology side of it for a homeowner or renter is, wow, it looks so big. And that's what you want. You want somebody to come in and do the wow factor, right? You want to have a reputation that you put quality work but thought through design. And the importance is an open layout. Smart, again, the other thing is too, if you can't see this, I'm gonna walk you through it. Make sure you have can lights that are flush to the ceiling. Don't have a light that kind of pops down, because then it eliminates a little bit of space. So you want to have light, a lot of light, but you want to have it flush with the ceiling. Only if you can. Do your best to have everything flush, because now you look at it, you're like, wow, this is big. This is very different. So that's what you want. And you want to remove any unnecessary steps. If you know that you're in an area that is going to be selling for 55 and over community, you want to eliminate any kind of dangerous hazard areas, meaning step downs if you can, step ups if you can. This is dangerous for people. So do your best to think through what you're doing. And the decision to actually, again, move the front door from here to the front, open space. Move no kitchen wall, open space. Eliminate the wall between the screened-in and the living room, open spaces. Again, open space, smart design. So if you're listening to this, and if you're getting anything out of this, please, again, slow it down if you have to. Get a pen, paper, crayon, whatever you have to do, and do your absolute best to just get a little bit of these nuggets to improve your next rehab project. Even if you're a homeowner or seller, you can do this. Open spaces, open it up, make it feel larger. You'll see and feel the big difference behind it. And it's not hard to do. You can do it. If you're an investor as well, or a developer, think through your next project or your current one. Look, we were in the middle of this project and the neighbor brought this up because I forgot. I completely forgot. I was like, yeah, we should open this up. Why didn't I think about this? Now I added that to the checklist for every property. I always say, you know what? How can I actually open the space up, and how can I make it feel bigger and be safer? What do I need to do? Can I do this in this area or not? That's why I personally love doing rehabs. At the same time too, I'm a developer. So I like doing subdivisions or building new stuff. And in the testing ground to me is always the rehabs. And that's what I like. That's why I'm in the trenches. So if you're a developer like that as well. So if you're a seller or a developer or an investor and you want a lot more of this type of content, I have a lot of free information. If you go to trueinvestors.com, there's no opt-in involved. You just scroll down on the website. You're going to see a lot more free education that you can get out of this. And then we'll take it from there. So hopefully, again, if you liked and shared it, please click all these buttons around it. Leave a comment. Tell me what was the number one thing you got out of it. And if you're listening from the podcast, it'll mean the world to me. If you can, I think you subscribe to podcasts. I'm not 100% sure. But if you can do that, that'll be great. And if you don't like it, tell me what you don't like so we can get better. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. My name is Franklin Cruz from Real Estate. What is that company? Yeah, True Investors. All right, bye.